Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. This is Mr. Middle Path, and I kind of wanted to follow up on my previous video about arguments and argumentation between different Muslim days and so forth and where they fell off. But first of all, I want to say Ramadan Mubarak. Second of all, I want to say that some people seem to have a misconception of what I was saying. I was not saying that Aqeedah and understanding of tawheed is not important. It's actually extremely important. I was talking about a wider context of problematic aspects I see in the da'wah sphere itself. And I think a lot of people recognize that, and we could probably make another video where we get into that in specifics and in details. But just to make it very, very clear here, my channel before I started talking about politics was trying to refute the New Age movement, psychedelic drugs, so forth. And so there's a very practical aspect of learning your tawheed and learning your religion correctly. One very common thing that happens when people start taking psychedelic drugs is that they experience entities or entity experience, or they start to experience themselves being one with other things. And so there's a type of shift that happens in the way that they perceive the world, in which all is one and one is all, which is actually an Eastern philosophy. It's a belief that takes hold of people, or people believe in even without psychedelic drugs. And so that leads one to believing, if they're one with everything, that they're also one with God. And if they're one with God, well, then the logical step after that is that you are God, or you can become one. And many Sufis who are on the extreme side or on the heretical side, who believe in these philosophies, will defend themselves and say, well, no, we don't believe that, or it's not a logical guarantee that just because you believe that you're one with everything in a spiritual sense, that you're going to take the next step and believe that you're God, and so forth. And I've had these discussions with many different people before. But then my counter to that is, well, no, you have a lot of cults that started this way, and a lot of heretical movements that started this way, and eventually someone from that movement comes and makes the claim and says, yep, I've taken the next logical step, which is that if I'm one with God, then all I had to do is do these specific rituals or these specific ibadat or whatever that our group made up, and then I can remove the veil from myself and God, and I can become one with God. And then they declare themselves to become God. So there's a very practical aspect to tawheed. It's not just the philosophy of the mind. And so going back to the whole thing between, Jake and Daniel and Haqiqachu and all of these people, which I don't want to really name names, but getting into it, that yes, one of these people has fallen off in terms of defending beliefs that they should not be defending, and causing confusion amongst Muslims, that really a lot of these matters, if you don't talk about them, it wouldn't even come to your mind to think about. Like someone saying, well, where is God? Ask a regular Muslim, where is God? And they'll look at you like, well, what are you even talking about, bro? Because a lot of these questions haven't even been thought of. And so I hope that makes sense, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.